Hey, what's up? In today's video, I'm going over the Act 10 epilogue. So, as of Wednesday, I believe, as of recording this, it is Friday. As of Wednesday, we had our first piece of story content for the Act 10 epilogue launch. Um, Basically, to sum it up, the Act 10 epilogue is just an epilogue. It's basically the beginning, the introduction to Act 10. We'll go over it later, but they wanted to kind of give us a little bit of story content in between, because if you don't know, Act 9 in the chapters and Act 8 as well in the chapters, each chapter takes about 6 to 7 months to come out in the game. So Act 9 was a thing for like 2 years. Act 8 was a thing for 2 years. A rule of thumb, it usually takes about 6 to 7 months for one chapter to come out. So one whole act takes about 2 years to run. And they wanted to have a way to kind of put something in the middle of that downtime. That way we're not just waiting this long for story content. For me personally, story content is my favorite content in the game. I feel like it is pretty difficult, but it's also pretty easy. It is a perfect middle ground to where I'm not sweating and trying to grind really hard to get a bunch of rewards, but I'm also not just coasting through. It's always been my favorite content. I've always loved it. So, when they announced that more story content is coming to the game, I was just stoked. So what I think is going to happen with the epilogues is I believe every act from now on is going to get an epilogue or something like that, just to kind of get us introduced to the next chapter. But yeah, basically, Act 10 epilogue launched Wednesday, and it is definitely not your normal story content, because as you can see, every other story content in the game, there are 4 chapters, well, most story content's in the game, and there are 6 quests per chapter. Nowadays, there's just 3 lanes per quest. Back in the day, there was about 6 to almost 10 lanes per quest, so you had to run it about 6 to 10 times to 100%. Now it's just 3 times. But in this thing, there is 3 different lanes in this content, but there's only 1 boss per lane. It's basically just the final boss of each quest. So it'd just be like the final boss of these quests. But yeah, they're just the final bosses that you fight. So altogether, it is 8 fights. You do 8 fights and you're done. We did it all on stream yesterday. It took me like 45 minutes to an hour, and I wasn't even just sitting there grinding the whole time. I grind pretty hard, but I was also engaging with chat and stuff like that. But yeah, wasn't very hard at all, especially for my roster. It was a breeze. I think I literally only died like twice, maybe 3 times. I didn't use a single unit. I didn't use a single item. I used boost just to make it a little bit more fun seeing those big numbers. But it was honestly a really good time, and I really enjoyed it. But the reason I'm making this video is because Kabam has been in deep hot water once again because of the rewards. You can see here, these rewards do not look anything special. Let's go ahead and look at Act 9, Chapter 1. Act 9, Chapter 1 has pretty similar rewards. So let's go to Chapter 2. Chapter 2, once again, pretty similar rewards. I would say Chapter 2 is the closest to the amount of rewards you got. This is just for 100% completion on Act 9, Chapter 2. This was a year ago when this launched. Actually, a little bit longer than it was, like almost a year and a half ago when this content launched. Then we go to Chapter 3. And these rewards, in my opinion, are about the same, maybe a little bit better. That's half a year ago, and this is obviously what came out just recently, a couple months ago. But these rewards for Act 10 Epilogue are not anything special at all. These rewards are not the greatest thing in the game. Now, that being said, I did have a strong take about this. Many people are infuriated. Oh, I can't say that word. Mad. Sorry, I'm kind of tired. I just woke up not too long ago, and I gotta get to work soon, so bear with me in this video. But many people are mad with Kabam about these rewards, because these rewards are kind of crap. And at the beginning, I didn't know very much about this, and I had a very strong take about it. I remember in the stream, when they launched this idea, they said that these rewards are going to be equal to the amount of kind of like effort you put into doing it. So me personally, I put hardly zero effort into doing this. It took me like 45 minutes and I was mindlessly playing. Like I didn't struggle at all. So in my opinion, these rewards aren't bad for that. This is just like a side quest. And you get 4 sets of these. That'll be, if these rewards are the exact same, that's a tier 5 alpha. So I thought in my mind, that's not bad. But then we'll go ahead and just watch the video of what Kabam says. This is what they said, so we'll play it here.
Elder Summoners is going to go live. Now,
they basically talk about how the rewards and whatnot are not going to be...
wonderful story written by Kabam.
I'll just shut up and let you guys watch.
It's a continuation of everything that we have, but this is not the typical format structure of, other act content, so rewards are not going to be as elaborate and large. There's going to be rewards. They're going to be nice, right? It's going to be very commensurate with the effort, I would say, right? But Chapter 1 is going to have 4 quests, and there are going to be 2 quests with 3 boss fights, and each boss is gated by very specific tags. Okay? There's also going to be 2 quests with 1 single
so that basically kind of sums
fight.
up the whole thing. We're going to go ahead and pause it. But yeah. So, what Karate Mike was saying is the rewards are going to be decent. They're just going to be kind of equal to the amount of effort you put into it. So that is what I remember about that whole stream. That's what I had in my mind. I remembered about that. That was like the one thing I remembered when everybody was making these videos flaming the rewards. What I didn't remember, though, is if we pull back up the stream, this is only available to Elder Summoners. I did not remember that at all. I was playing yesterday. I was pretty positive about this. I said the rewards and whatnot weren't anything crazy, but they're not the worst thing in the world for how easy it was. But then my chat told me that, hey, this is only for Elder Summoners. If you're not Elder, you don't have this content. It's not unlocked. Then that hit me. It's like, so what is this piece of content for? Because I do know at the end of all this, we're getting a Karina, and we should be getting probably rank up resources and even ascendable materials for Karina. So I do know the rewards are going to be a little lackluster because we're going to get Karina. But then again, this is only locked to Elder Summoners. So in my opinion, why are we getting 7-star Nexuses and 7-star... Like, we should be getting more of this. At least tier 7, more rank 4 resources, at the very least. Rank 4s have been out for a year now. We should be able to rank 4 1 or 2 champions with each completion. That is my personal opinion. I still don't think the rewards are as bad as people are making them out to be, because we have yet to see what Karina is. Now, I also had this take in the stream yesterday. Isophene, when she launched, she was kind of hyped up a lot by Kabam. She was the first ISO member or whatever. She was very hyped up. She was also free in the banquet event of 2024, I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was 2024. She was very mid. She still is kind of mid. I personally like Isophene a lot. I think her playstyle is kind of fun, but I've also always been an Isophene defender. You guys know this. I always loved Isophene. She is probably my second favorite idol. So yeah. That being said, she launched though, and she was kind of mid. If Karina comes out at that power level, then yeah, these rewards are absolutely tragic. Now, if Karina comes out and she's even a breath in the same vicinity of Deathless Thanos, I think these rewards are amazing because we're getting Karina for free. And possibly, they haven't confirmed this or anything, but in my opinion, I don't know why they wouldn't do this. We should be getting rank up resources and ascension materials for Karina as well. Because why wouldn't they do that when Ascension's such a big thing in the game right now? If they don't give us Ascension resources, at the very least for Karina, that is also a huge miss on Kabam's part. So, that's kind of my take on the reward situation. We just kind of got to hold off and wait. And maybe it's just like normal story content where each chapter the rewards ramp up. Me personally, I don't think it is. I think these are going to be the exact same rewards each chapter gives out. But I could be very wrong, and I would be happy to be wrong. But that being said, Karina better be worth the grind. Because if not, then these rewards are absolutely terrible. My next point I wanted to get into about this is Elder locked content. But this is story content, guys. Why is story being locked behind a title like that? I don't believe story should be locked behind any type of title. When I had my free-to-play account, my Tan2Man account, I started playing it. It's been over a year. It's been a year and a half ago at this point. That was some of my first live streams at MCOC. I ran through the story. That was the first thing I do, and that's what I tell every new player that comes to my stream: is to complete the story to your best ability before you do anything else. For one, the story is very fun to do. Two, the story shows you how to play the game. And three, the rewards are the best in the game for the amount of effort you have to put into it. So why is Act 10 Epilogue locked behind a progression gate? I don't like that at all. I hate that so much. That is my least favorite part about this whole event. Now, if they want to lock Karina as a 7-star behind a progression gate, sure, do that. I would more agree with that, but the content itself should not be locked behind a progression gate. And even at that, 7-star Karina should not be locked. I think maybe if she has Ascension resources, then those should be locked behind Elder, Valiant, or whatever. But story content should never be locked behind a progression gate, no matter what it is. Because, for me personally, Act 8 and Act 9 are very easy. I could do it on a free-to-play account again. 100% is not that easy, but doing it for one clear is very, very simple. I think it gets new players into the game. It's very fun to grind through all the acts. I also don't think Act 10 in itself will be locked behind the Elder title. That'd be the dumbest thing they've ever done, having Act 10 as a whole be locked behind the Elder title. But they could surprise me and do that. But just this right here just bugs me, that this is Elder locked. I don't like that. I am very, very critical of that. You guys know I'm always very positive about things. I always try to stay very, very positive. But when I am upset with something, I will let you guys know. I don't want to be a Kabam fanboy, but I also want to be somebody different than the average YouTuber you see. The average YouTuber you see just shits on Kabam constantly. Any good thing they do, they just kind of let slide. Any bad thing they do, they're the first person to post on it. I don't want to be that guy. But it's sending me mixed signals, because on the one hand, the rewards are not the greatest thing in the world, but we're getting a Karina. And if Karina is amazing and we get Ascension resources, rank up resources for her, I'm fine with that. I'm totally fine with doing all these chapters 100%, especially when they take 40 minutes apiece for a Karina. But if Karina sucks, then the rewards suck, and I feel differently about that. Also, this should not be Elder locked. It should not be Elder locked whatsoever. At least let the content be able to be done. So people who are Valiant that would like to do this content, because I had a lot of people on my stream yesterday who are Valiant that would love to do this content, but they can't. At least let them do this content and maybe change the rewards, or just make it to, like I said, make Karina a selector based on your progression. Like, I don't agree with the Elder lock at all. But yeah. The content itself was really fun. I had a great time doing it. It was fun to stream, and I really hope they do this more, but I really hope they learn from their mistake and don't make it Elder locked or progression locked anymore, and maybe give the rewards a bit of a tune-up, but once again, I don't need crazy rewards. I will say this is one thing I didn't get onto, or didn't get into. The rewards look a lot worse as well. I think Seaton made a comment about this, and I thought it was kind of funny. The rewards look a lot worse as well, because we just had the best event, the best July 4th event ever, in my opinion, a week ago, where I doubled my rank 5s, I believe. I don't know how many rank 5s I got, but I rank 5'd a ton of champions. I have a ton of rank 5s now. I have 12. Most of these are from July 4th. I know Hitmonkey for sure was from July 4th. I believe Dust was. I believe Spider-Hand was. I believe Doctor Strange was. All these champions were from July 4th. This content, this new story content, this in-game Elder content that is Elder locked, gives you one of 12 pieces of that catalyst to rank 5. You need 12 of those 15,000 shards of that tier 5 alpha to rank 5 a champion. That makes it look a lot worse right after a big event. If this content launched right before July 4th, then maybe people wouldn't be as critical. But yeah, that was the final thing I want to get into. So me personally, the rewards don't bug me as long as Karina's going to be good. If Karina sucks, then yeah, these rewards are going to piss me off. And if we don't get Ascension resources for Karina at the very least, if she is kind of mid-tier, these rewards are going to piss me off. But what really pisses me off is the Elder tag. I want everybody to be able to experience the whole story as a whole. Because like my second account, I was wanting to hop into this on my second account and make a stream on that because it'd be fun. But my second account's not Elder yet, so I can't. So yeah, that's enough yapping out of me. You guys probably heard these takes on most things. I try to stay positive, but there are some misses here with Kabam. But once again, I do love this idea, and I did love the content a lot. The content was W. It was W content. I loved it. It was very simple. It was very easy. I mean, it was very fun. So more content like that, please, Kabam. But don't make it progression locked. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.